let's talk about making friends. This is something that doesn't always come naturally in the middle school and the high school years. In elementary, friendships are a little less complicated because it's kind of like who's around you in your classroom, and that's who you start to talk to and you play with at recess. But when you get into middle school and high school years, friendships change, they're deeper, they evolve into more mature relationships, sometimes we hope. So that's why friendships are more difficult to make because people are more particular about who they're spending their time with. And there's lots of reasons for that. We're not going to get into that today. But what I wanted to bring to you is some ideas to help your daughter to come up with a friendship plan to make new friends. Now, this may be that your daughter has friends already and you think this isn't necessary, but it's always great to grow our group of friends, acquaintances. This doesn't mean they're going to be best friends, but it's a way to stay connected to the people around us, which is so important. So the first thing that I would like for you to do to help your daughter to create a friendship plan is to teach her a few different ways to connect with people. One of those is obvious, but it seems like sometimes this is difficult, not just for shy kids, but for kids in general in middle and high school, because there's these social rules and hierarchies that they feel like they can't talk to people if they're within, a different place in the social hierarchy. So the first thing is to talk to people. It doesn't have to be a long conversation, but when you sit down in a classroom or when you are going to, get changed for PE or you're starting a new extracurricular activity, to actually talk to people. Now, for those of you with kids who have a difficult time with that chit chat and starting new conversations, have them sit down with you and come up with some ideas of what those questions or those first things that you say to a person might be. At the beginning of the school year, it's actually easier because you have this whole summer that you can refer back to. So your child could ask the people around them in class, what'd you do this summer? What classes do you have? What teachers do you have? Things of that sort. And then pop culture is a great way to connect with people. Did you see Black Widow? Did you watch any new TV shows? Anything on YouTube? Things of that sort. So create that list of things, topics that your kid can talk about with their peers. And again, it's not always that they're looking for the new best friend, but to go into a classroom and to be able to talk to the people around you is an important skill. The other thing is to be aware. If your child is like, I don't know what to talk about, have them become a detective. Look at the people that they want to talk to, see what they have on their backpack, what kind of a notebook they have, what kind of pen they're holding, what kind of shirt they're wearing. That can give clues as far as what that person is interested in. So if they're wearing a Marvel shirt, you're going to talk about Marvel, right? If they have unicorns or My Little Ponies on their notebook, then that's something you can talk about. So there's always clues as to what can you say to the person sitting next to you. The other thing is to smile. And I know that smiling gets a bad rap with girls in particular. This idea of you need to smile. But if you want to be friendly, that is something that helps to engage the people around you. The reason is because we all have mirror neurons. And when you smile, the person's brain next to you actually smiles too. Even if they don't physically smile, the brain inside has the feeling as if it was smiling. So you can begin to be the person that is bringing connection to you and the people around you and your table group. So pass that along to your child, that just a simple little smile can be helpful. The other thing is to look up and look around. I know as a person who is fairly shy in a group setting, it's very easy to put your head in a book, to look at your phone, to pull up a notebook and start writing so that you don't have to have eye contact or interact with the people around you. So it's something that can be very uncomfortable, but if you can really encourage and push your child out of their comfort zone to try this, to just put their stuff down and look around and smile and talk to people, this can become a way to engage the people around you. And here's the one thing, to the wisdom that I would like you to impart upon your children, is that sometimes if you talk to a person it is such a relief to that other person. You don't know what's going on for that other person. So let's say your child sits next to someone in class who isn't talking at all. Your child might internalize that and think this person doesn't want to talk to me. But in reality, it might be that person is so uncomfortable and so shy and doesn't know anybody that they don't want to talk to anyone. They don't want to initiate the conversation. So simple hi, hello, like what did you do this summer? It may really be something that can impact so positively the day of that other person. And guess what? When you impact somebody positively, that's reciprocated into your own internal system and will positively affect you. So I hope that these tidbits of information can help you to help your child create a friendship plan and to create some good friends this year. The one last piece of advice I would give to all of you, all of your kids, is that the first few weeks of school is when groups are created. So the most important thing is to go in that first week with a plan and to be open to making new friends and to consider like who you're going to spend your time with and who you're going to talk to. So be very purposeful in those first few weeks. Doesn't mean after that all is lost. It just means it gets a little bit harder. Parents, you got this. Okay, ready for your challenge? You probably already guessed what it is. I want you to sit down with your daughter, if she's willing to, and create a list of things that she can talk about to her peers, to her friends. Even for those of you who have the more like outgoing kids who can talk about anything, it's great to come up with this list in those situations where maybe they're a little bit more shy or more uncertain of what to talk about. So you're going to create a list, including, remember, pop culture, things they did this summer, things that are unique about them, all the things that they can talk about. If they're not willing to do it with you, that's okay. Just plant this seed into their mind that this is something that they can do on their own.